Hey, Lisa Perkins here from Primal Transformations. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the power of accumulating small wins. I think we can all agree that making substantive change in our life is hard. Our brain always wants to default back to our kind of habitual patterns, habitual ways of thinking, and it takes concerted effort to establish new habits and crowd out the old ones. I think it can be very demoralizing when in this process, all we do is focus on what we didn't nail, the choice that we wish that we had made slightly differently, how far we still have yet to go. That can be very demotivating, frustrating, and push us back into inertia. So, what do we do instead? We need to pay close attention to all of the things that we do get right. We need to write them down. We need to get curious about them, get curious about what went right, how we were able to make that slightly better choice, that small improvement. What this does is this helps us build a success formula for ourselves. I tell clients all the time that our goal is to create their own unique user's manual to use and iterate forever, right? Just as we need to get curious when things don't go well, we need to get even more curious when things do go well. What were the conditions? What was our mindset? Did we own the power of the pause in order to make a conscious decision, to own the entire experience, to not get clouded by what we want right now versus what we want most, right? So we want to start celebrating these things. We hear all the time about the power of gratitude, how when our brain is in gratitude, we cannot be in fear and lack. Well, this is yet another way to embrace gratitude for all of the things that are going right and that we are doing well. We are building momentum, we are building confidence, we are building trust in ourselves, and that is going to encourage us to get up tomorrow and say, hey, what else can I do? What am I willing and able to do today to keep moving in the direction of my goals, right? So at the end of the day, let's highlight what are the small wins, like a whole pile of small wins that you accumulated today. And it sort of gamifies the system. If you're kind of thinking about that, about how you want to be able to write some things down, there may be choices where you could easily go one way or another, where you might choose the slightly better option, right? And you'll be able to highlight that for yourself later. Sounds silly, but our brains like that. I mean, my mom uses a sticker chart still, a very educated woman, was the president of a university, and she uses a sticker chart in order to get herself up and moving during the day. So think of it like that. But we do need to write these things down. We need to really highlight them for ourselves to be able to look at that when we are feeling frustrated. Maybe we are plateauing. We need to be able to look at those accumulation of wins and say, okay, based on this, I am motivated to keep moving forward. So I would love to hear if this works for you, what your wins look like. Let's hear about it. Let's be clear that when we talk about wins, we're not just talking about, did I choose an apple over the cake, right? A win during your day might be, I said no to some volunteer opportunity that isn't meaningful to me, which allowed me time to take a bubble bath or go to the gym, right? I owned a pause and didn't snap off a snarky comment to my teenager, right? That might be a win. What does that have to do with health or food or body? A lot. We are one human. When we make choices we don't feel good about, where does that lead? That often leads to frustrated eating, being disembodied a little bit, making choices that don't align with our health goals. So keep that in mind as you are making note of your wins and share. Love to hear about it. Take care.